Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the Open Gym. We are back. Finally have Hawks basketball. It's been a couple days, but we are back. Making sure we good. So we are live. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's weekend went well. I haven't seen y'all for a minute. I haven't streamed in a day or two, but what's happening, everybody? It's crazy. Crazy times in the NBA. Trade deadline is right around the corner. Things are going crazy. Finally, things popping off. Jaren Jackson off to the Jazz. Who else? Vucevic to the Celtics. Anthony Simons, excuse me, going to the Bulls. Let's see what the Bulls do. They got starting five for the point guards now. So I think everybody's still interested in the Giannis sweepstakes. See where he lands. Um, Everybody's interested in where Ja's gonna go. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Atlanta is still in the mix. Kristaps Porzingis was ruled available today. He was ruled available, and then at the last minute, he unfortunately was downgraded to out with the illness. So we'll see if that's if that's legit or what, because he has been getting reconditioned these past couple days, or I should say these past couple weeks. He was cleared for basketball activities. So we'll see. It's been interesting. Unfortunately, Kristaps hasn't been able to contribute um, as much as we thought he would be able to. Even though I think we all knew that Kristaps was not going to be able to really play, an extensive amount of games. But this is just sick, man. He was available for what, less than 6 hours. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we'll see what Atlanta does with that. I'm gonna try to get these tags right real quick on YouTube before the game starts. So y'all know how the NBA goes. They never start on time. So we're gonna try to fix these tags real quick. But welcome everybody. Appreciate everybody pulling up. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Welcome everybody. Thiago, appreciate you tapping in, hitting the chat. We're just gonna get these tags right before the game starts. I don't really know how to fix this one. They done changed up the. They done changed it up. So we finally are about to be underway here. So we got Atlanta taking on the Heat. Heat have been exceeding expectations, in my opinion. I honestly didn't expect the Heat to be this good. I thought Tyler Hero and was gonna fold, but it's not even really Tyler Hero carrying them. It's Coach Spo and Bam really. So it'll be interesting. Miami's in the mix too. They are in the Giannis sweepstakes. They're in the Ja sweepstakes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Tyler Hero is out for the Heat. So we are underway. There we go. So underway here. Alright, so foul on Atlanta, 11:26 here. Like I said, they Heat are missing a couple guys. No Hero, no Khalil Ware for the Heat. It was the usual starters except no Onyeka tonight for the Hawks. And like I said, no Kristaps. Um, so Miami gets the first bucket. They go up 3-0. Nikhil loses the handle there. Step through. Layup is money. Miami gets back with the swiftness. So they get that bucket. I think that's Jovic. Jalen's three, no good. Atlanta back on the break, and Miami gets a bucket. Timeout in Atlanta early on. A minute and a half into the game, and they have to call a timeout. It's 2-7. We'll see. We'll see what is going on with Atlanta as Miami takes a 5-point lead here early on. 1 second, y'all. Alright. So like I said, Atlanta off to a slow start. Miami's still missing some people though. They're missing Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, my fault. I'm just waking up too. So excuse me. It's a slow start for me as well. Atlanta. Gotta figure it out though. Oh, I'm tripping. Jovic isn't even in. It was Pell Larson. That's who got the bucket. Tripping. I'm tripping. But yeah, like I said, slow start for the Hawks. Defense kind of looking like Swiss cheese. Miami's off to a quick start, 7-2. Quinn was not pleased. Um, Atlanta has won the first game in this 4-game series between Atlanta and Miami this year. So yeah, man, it's deadline week this week in the NBA. So everybody's on eggshells to see what happens. Uh, Honestly, I think Atlanta's more so set in their. I don't anticipate them making too many more moves, but we'll see what Ansi Soleil has in store for us. But I think everybody is in favor of what in the world is that? I think everybody's in favor of maybe exploring trade options for Kristaps, as he is now missing his 12th game in a row. There you go, Jalen. Good play drawn up there after the timeout from Atlanta, getting Jalen Johnson to attack the rim. And now Fontecchio picks up a foul, and Jalen's going to be going to the line. I'm interested in the Grizzlies Jazz trade though. Um, it gives Jazz another 6'9", 6'10" player to protect the rim, or not even, protect the rim. Um, excuse me, and get buckets for them. So it'll be interesting to see them either try to be competitive the rest of the year as Jalen knocks down one or two, or try to tank. So we'll see. There you go, Zach. Zach playing aggressive gets a little bit of a deflection there. Backdoor as Pell gets another bucket. So unfortunate there. That was a second backdoor, but Ricochet got to the first one. But another positive, at least, to start the game for Atlanta is Ricochet's back, and he knocks down a triple immediately. Ricochet 4-3 buckets, bro. Dyson almost gets the ball away from Davion Mitchell there. As the Miami Heat swing the ball around, Ricochet plays great defense, and Koloko grabs the board there for the Hawks. Good move, Ricochet. He might have got fouled. So thankfully, Miami couldn't pick the ball up either. So Ricochet, it's a good drive, just couldn't really finish the play. So Atlanta's trailing by 3. But like I said, another positive for the Hawks as Dyson drives, finds Keel in the corner for 3. It's back-to-back triples for Atlanta as Ricochet hits one and Nikhil hits that corner triple, same spot. So Atlanta is one of the best teams shooting from the corner this year. Don't know if that percentage has dipped, but I know they're at least top 5. Oh man, Koloko, that was good defense playing there against Bam, but unfortunately fouls Bam. Gets a little too much of the arm right there. So Bam going to the line. It's a 9-point game. Hawks shooting 3 of 5 on the offensive side, but on defense they are giving up 4 of 6. So we'll see if Atlanta's defense can kind of turn it around. Miami's they are attacking really by just backdoors and stuff. So it's kind of where Atlanta lacks is when the other team has a lot of movement in their offense. Atlanta doesn't really keep up. There you go. Jalen finds Koloko. Koloko unfortunately cannot put that home as the Heat throw a lazy pass, and Jalen picks that off, finds Ricochet. Ricochet's going to work. There you go, Ricochet. Oh, man, Koloko still can't put it home. But Ricochet, that was a great move attacking. Gets behind the back, man. Everybody's slapping his face. Man, glad Ricochet is back as well, as Ben Simpsons mentions it. That was a great little behind the back. Damn. Gardner grabbed him. Gardner grabbed his whole face, bro. Just mushed him, bro. But yeah, guy, I'm definitely glad Ricochet's back. It definitely changes the team. Hawks rebound better. Defense is a whole lot easier for them. So when Onyeka comes back, I think Atlanta's gonna be solid. Onyeka's still out with that dental fracture. Jaylen Brown's elbow knocked out his front 3 teeth right here. So Onyeka's a warrior for real, but Onyeka's gonna miss some time. I'm sure he's gonna come back with a mouth guard and a face guard, hopefully. But yeah, we need Onyeka back. That really unlocked this Hawks team as Koloko is going to the line. He knocks down that first one. As Atlanta needs some consistency at the free throw line this game as well. They definitely need to take advantage of the free ones when they get them, and Koloko does just that. Makes it 11-11 as Miami brings it over the timeline. Oh man, great stuff. Long rebound as Bam misses that floater. Great defense by Koloko as well. Jalen finds Ricochet in the corner, no dip 3. That was a That was a great shot, boy. No dip, man. Um, Defense did close out pretty aggressively. Nah, on the floor. That's on the floor. It's Koloko fouls. Bam. Gets it's a quick 2 fouls on Koloko. Unfortunately, Hawks a little thin at the center position tonight. Again, no Kristaps, no um, no Kristaps or Onyeka. Onyeka is he's the most recently injured Hawk as he has been out since the Boston game, that dental fracture. So Miami's doing a good job at kind of tying Atlanta up. They've done that in the last couple possessions on defense and now off the offensive board, kind of recklessly swinging there. Nah, good stuff. Jalen comes up with the board as Ricochet kind of tipped it out. Jalen's on the attack, drives against Larson, gets it up, and gets it to go. That is another bucket for Jalen as Atlanta takes the lead 13-11 as Miami is quick to get back, trying to attack. As Bam can't get that one to go, but Atlanta unfortunately does not come up with the long rebound. Davion Mitchell gets it to go against Dyson, which is I'll live with that, honestly. Dyson played good defense. I was kind of expecting a swat there, but couldn't quite get to it. Dyson hands it off to Nikhil. Nikhil attacks Davion Mitchell now for an easy bucket. He said there's light work over here. So 15-13. What was that? Fontecchio? Long rebound goes to Atlanta. Nikhil lines it up. No good. That's going to be Atlanta basketball. Yep, that's going to be Atlanta basketball. All right, so 3 subs for Atlanta: CJ, Corey, and Moge. So I'm assuming Dyson and Nikhil, or excuse me, Ricochet and Dyson, I mean, excuse me, it is Ricochet and Nikhil and Koloko are out for the first substitutions for Atlanta. Sheesh. So it's 15-13. So that was not in away from the play foul. Unfortunately, Atlanta can't get that one. Atlanta's been a victim of that last. I feel like the last couple weeks. So again, things figured out there in game. Jalen's the trigger man out of bounds. He finds Moge. Oh, oh, oh! That's why he an all-star, bruh. Come on, Uno. Come on, Uno. Another one. Another one. Another one. Come on, bro. Oh my God, they were calling my man's a fraud, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How are they not gonna replay that? How are they not gonna replay that? Oh my God. Jalen Johnson with the jam. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's it. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Folks sleep right now, man. Man, Jalen just threw down. He just threw down a poster, bro. He just threw down a poster, boy. He got himself a clip, boy. Got himself a clip. That's gonna make the rounds here in a second. It's definitely gonna make the rounds here in a second. So Hawks up 19-3 or 19-13. It was basically on the whole team, bro. It was nasty. It was nasty, bro. It was nasty. I'm waiting for them to kind of start clipping that and have those do those rounds. But boy, that was disgusting. Where amazing happens, bro. Amazing, sensational, great stuff from. I don't know why that's news. LeBron James expects to be loves expects to be in LA for the rest of the year. Duh. You thought LeBron was finna get traded of all people? People who thought LeBron was finna get traded. Crazy. LeBron would never get traded. He's gone 20 years without getting traded, dog. He is not finna get traded his last year. Ain't no way. He gonna be in control of his destiny. He is, man. What? Hey, man. Jalen Johnson. What a dunk, dog. So he broke. Ooh, ooh. It really was on Jaime Jaquez. He broke down Larson, or Fontecchio, and just bodied Jaime Jaquez Jr. Oh my God. God damn. God damn. That is emphatic right there. Great stuff as Jalen this season is averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. There you go. Miami gets a bucket, unfortunately. Dyson finds Kispert, does not get that one to go. So Atlanta up by 4. There we go. Bam gets it. Whew. Defense isn't looking too strong after this timeout for Atlanta as Miami gets 2 back-to-back buckets. Jalen Johnson lines it up over Bam. Cannot get that 3 ball to go. Oh man, I definitely thought Khalil Ware was out. Definitely thought he was out, but he is not out. It's just Tyler Hero. Khalil Ware comes in and instantly makes an impact. Corey Kispert attacks, doesn't really find anything. CJ McCollum is in for the Hawks. Now he gets his chance. Cannot get that midi to go. Miami comes away with it. It's a tie ball game, 19 apiece. CJ is guarding Jaime Jaquez. There you go. Great defense by Moge as he swats Drew Smith's layup attempt. Dyson attacks. Gets an easy bucket over Jaime Jaquez Jr. It's 21-19. Atlanta up by 2. Great move by Dyson. He now, I think, has his first field goal. So he chipped in scoring wise, and Miami can't get that one. Jalen comes up with the rebound. He's going to work against Jaime Jaquez. Oh, Corey Kispert tried to get Corey Kispert tried to get himself a poster. Find CJ McCollum on the wing for 3. It's 24-19. Great stuff. Atlanta's back up 5 points. As Jaime Jaquez finds Khalil Ware in the corner. Jalen Johnson gambles. jump ball, as the refs do not know who that ball was out on. So Dyson checks out. I believe Ricochet is back in for the Hawks. So, in the off days for Atlanta, um, Atlanta was active in the trade market. They did send off Vit Krejci. So Vit is now a member of the Portland Trailblazers. So, um, that definitely frees up Atlanta's rotation. No Vit, so that gives more room to great stuff. Ricochet diving on the floor and tying up the ball with Jaime Jaquez there. But like I said, no Vit anymore for Atlanta. So no more pistol Vit. Heat check is has left the building, y'all. So he was a fan favorite, I think, locker room favorite. So we got the news, man. Shams Charania breaks it. The Los Angeles Clippers are trading James Harden to Cleveland for Darius Garland and a second round pick. So Cleveland gets a whole lot better, and we'll see what that does to the Clippers. But Jaime Jaquez misses that three, but unfortunately, another long rebound. Excuse me. Last couple games, Atlanta has kind of got shot in the foot by these extra long rebounds. Oh yeah, Corey Kispert finds a cutting Moge, but Miami's defense is there to nip that in the bud. So we got a trade, y'all. It's not really pertaining to us. Kind of. It kind of does. We do have Cleveland's swap. Khalil Ware gets it up. He gets fouled on the follow up. Offensive rebounding is killing Atlanta right now. So Atlanta has to work on that. But James Harden has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, that probably makes Cleveland a little better. Um, we'll see how true those reports of them shopping Jarrett Allen were. How funny would it be if Cleveland trades Kristaps for Jarrett Allen? That would be remarkable. There you go. Khalil Ware misses that free throw. 19 to 24. Or excuse me. What's the score? Asa Newell's in. Great stuff. It's not yet 19 to 24. I wasn't tripping. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Ricochet Gordon, Jaime Jaquez. There you go. Good stuff, Ricochet. Yeah, make some air ball. I remember last year when Jaime Jaquez was kind of moving Ricochet out the way. So that's great stuff to see. It really makes me positive for Asa. CJ's corner three is money. But like I said, Ricochet's development, more so strength wise and strength development, kind of standing his ground on the floor, really makes me positive for Asa because that's really like the thing that they were saying about Ricochet's too small. Ricochet got the board. Oh, that's a great pull up triple, bro. He's playing a little more confident. I love that. Hawks on an 8-0 run. Ricochet grabbed the board and he said, "My meal." Or that doesn't really work, but you know, I was gonna say my steal, my meal, but you know, it doesn't really work for a rebound. Oh wow, there we go. Great cleanup. As Corey Kispert got his drive, unfortunately, cut short. Got the ball poked away, but Ace is there to clean it up, go up. Doesn't quite get the bucket, but he gets fouled. So he's going to the line for two. His first two of the game. Asa, um, obviously getting more playing time early on here as Atlanta is missing Kristaps and Onyeka, which if they had either of them, um, probably wouldn't get too much playing time. I don't think that's a knock on him. I just think he has guys in front of him who kind of have earned that playing time throughout the years. So Ace Rook doing well. He has been exceptional for Atlanta. That's the guy I wanted Atlanta to pick. They chose him, and he's been, somewhat proving me right. They've had him in the G League. Um, with Mo Gay, Jalen. Ooh, Nikhil with the easy steal. He's on the break. Throws it up for Ricochet with the jam. Oh, jam. Let's go, man. So Ricochet finishes the transition there as Nikhil gets the steal. And now Hawks are up by 10. Hawks are hooping right now. Great stuff. Great to see Ricochet on back on the Hawks, man. I can't lie to you. As Ricochet, that's like what 5-6 boards now. As Ricochet collects another rebound for the Hawks. CJ, yeah, come on, bro, get up off the ball, dog. All right, nah, you got your bucket. But those little 5-6 seconds dribbling at the top of the key is like, all right, bro, come on, man, we got to do something, bro. So luckily got the bucket. Sometimes it doesn't result in the bucket. Corey Kispert got up in the air a little too quick, unfortunately. Larson got him. Nah, bro. So final couple seconds. I can't let CJ live, bro. CJ McDonald's, I can't do it, bro. There you go. When you playing like this, though, it's really good. So Hawks are gonna end this first quarter up by 10. Now I got love for CJ McCollum. I can't lie. I am a little too harsh on him sometimes, though. Just because it's like, he got to know when. He got to find that balance. And, I can't blame him. But this game, he's done really well. He hasn't really, like, been too dominant when he's gotten the ball. That was the only time that he's it's kind of been iffy. Um, so, um, yeah, shout out to CJ, man. He's definitely, get my phone real quick. But shout out to CJ though. He has been filling in and playing his role these past couple of games. Hasn't been like hasn't been like overly trying to like fix things. So it's been a great, you know. He is showing progress, so I can't be mad, man. If he was still doing the same stuff, like, then it would definitely be it would be a little different. I can't lie to you. I definitely would be a little upset if he was still trying to hold things down and do things himself. But he has bought into the system, and he is definitely kind of what you call it. Nah, man, I've explained myself before many times, bro. He just gotta learn his role, bro. You're like, it's not the usual teams that he's been on. And it's not a team where they need him to save them. They actually need they need to let them go through it. Um, but CJ is a great addition. I can't lie. It gives Atlanta what they need, somewhat explosive score, somebody who can get you a bucket. And all that. So let me try to fix this too. Excuse me if my frames drop, y'all. So I guess they celebrated the 2006 Heat championship team. They got, excuse me, they got all the legends out there. Luke Kennard starts off the second quarter with a triple. So like I said, Ricochet, he contributed a lot that first quarter. 5 points, 5 rebounds. So great to see Ricochet back as he is still out there for Atlanta. As Jaime Jaquez gets an open corner three. A little miscommunication there for Atlanta. So it's CJ, Luke Kennard, Ricochet, Dyson, and Asa Newell. So Ricochet's playing the four. Asa's playing the five. CJ McCollum, great stuff as he finds Asa Newell on that pick and roll. So Luke, it's really, I would look at it like Dyson, Luke, CJ, Ricochet, Asa. As Luke Kennard puts it on the flow, finds Ricochet in the corner, swing for Atlanta. CJ finds Asa on the wing, no good, but it's a good look though. 38-26, Atlanta's up by 12. Second quarter is almost 2 minutes have been played. What? So he must have reached in there. I was about to say, who? But Atlanta's still in the lead there. Um, of assists per game throughout the NBA. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But it's been a good start for Atlanta. CJ's 8 points, 3 or 4 off the bench. Luke has 3 points early on. Ace has been playing really well. Um, he's been playing really good these past couple weeks in the G League. Had like a 29-point game and then 26. CJ McCollum loses a dribble there. Miami kind of was a little physical there. Probably that wasn't quite all on CJ. Kind of got bumped off the ball. It's Khalil Ware backs down Asa. Asa playing good defense and gets a stop on Khalil and gets the rebound. Atlanta's on the attack. CJ finds himself with the ball. Gets the triple up. Rattles at home. CJ McCollum gets a triple off the Asa Newell screen. Yo, man. James Harden is traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second round pick. Bro, Larson is getting just miracle shots. Yeah, man, that is wild. It definitely changes the landscape in the East, I think, for sure. Asa attacks Khalil. There we go. Great stuff. Ricochet's been playing really aggressive, and that's a beauty to see, man. It's great to see. But yeah, the East is gonna look crazy now, especially if Giannis leaves the East or if he goes to another Eastern team like Miami. Man, I think the East doesn't really lose any juice. Ricochet's short on that free throw, which is kind of rare. So we'll see. But like I said, or like you had said, shit's crazy. Appreciate you tapping in. K Hass K Hassel as Ricochet misses both of those free throws, unfortunately. Yeah, in my opinion, um, I think because it's just really weird. I think the man great stuff as Luke Kennard finds a cutting Asa Newell. But yeah, like I said, I think it was a little weird how quick it did all go down. As Yakachonis tries to get that pass in there. Uh, that was a little scary. But yeah, back to what I was trying to ramble about. Yakachonis needs to be careful, man. That shit's dirty as fuck. Like, why would you? That's stupid. He dove right into his knees. Goof ass nigga. I hope Luke Kennard fry your dumb ass. But yeah, like I think the Clippers tried to trade James Harden prior to him requesting a trade. So I think he because they had to come to him and see if he would waive his little bonus because Cleveland definitely needed that to happen if that trade was gonna go down as Dyson misses that layup. But yeah, great stuff. Bam cannot get that lay to go. But yeah, I think Clippers try to kind of backdoor James Harden before. Let's go. Jalen Johnson backdoors the Miami Heat's defense. Dyson Daniels dimes him up. But yeah, I think the Clippers try to backdoor James, and then they try to come to him and be like, "Hey, we be willing to do this?" And then he was like, "No." And then they were like, "All right, where do you want to go?" And he was like, "All right, I'm out." Something like that. Something like that. I just don't think James Harden was like, "Hey, man, get me out of here." It seemed like James was happy, but you never know. You never know. But it did happen quick, man. It happened very quick. Trade deadline is in 2 days. Or yeah, 2 days. Really like a day and some change now. It's gonna be February 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern time is when the deadline is. So teams cannot make any moves after 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Jovic, that is Jovic. Great stuff as Luke Kennard's hustle saves it for Atlanta. He's kind of slow to get back on offense. So I guess Luke kicked the cup over when he stepped out of bounds. But that don't matter, bruh. He's still wet. Let go. Jump shot pure is 48-30. Atlanta takes an 18-point lead. Kennard and McCollum are 5 of 5 from three. So off the bench, we got some shooters. We got some shooters off the bench. Let's go. It's been a great game. Jalen Johnson, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Asa Newell off the bench, even though he's having to play out of position right now. He's having to play center. So right now though, great game. 6 points, only 1 rebound, but it was a big one. He got it after the he stopped Khalil Ware. So great stuff, Asa. Um, Bray's what like 19, 20 years old. I really have. I expect great things from Asa. Just from what he's shown, these flashes his rookie year have been really, really, really special in my opinion, bro. His athleticism, his ability to put the ball on the floor um, after the defense closes out. It's intriguing, and I'm definitely interested to see how he develops and how his game grows and how he can impact the Hawks, especially with seeing Ricochet. Ricochet kind of struggled with putting the ball on the floor after he caught it his first year. But I think this year he's done an excellent job. He's definitely gotten stronger. His drives have been more aggressive. His finishes aren't like resulting in just like pivots down there. He's actually, getting lift before the defense kind of gets there, and he kind of gets timid. So he's definitely improved and grown on offense, in my opinion. Even though the first part of the year, Quinn definitely was not letting it fly. But he still, I mean, he was impactful. He was one of the best players. No, he was the best player on the floor in transition. He was averaging, I believe, like 8 points. I believe something like that. Um, so Ricochet was greatly missed these past what was it, 11 games I believe he missed. So I'm glad Richard's back. And now I need to stretch my elbow. So most wins among active NBA coaches. Eric Spoelstra sitting at third with 814, and Quinn Snyder almost is at that 500 mark. 18 more wins, and he is at 500 for the year. So I'm sure he'll get 500 this year, as Atlanta definitely has more than 18 games to go. So after the timeout, we got 7:40 to go. Second quarter still. Asa fouls, Bam on the floor. Um, the only reason I like Asa at the center this year is because he gets experience. It's really trial by fire. He's really just thrown in the mix and told to guard the best players in the East. Some nights he's had to guard Giannis. Some nights he's had to guard 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That's Atlanta's ball that way. So another turnover for Miami goes to Atlanta. But like I said, he's definitely been thrown in there. He's had to guard the best players. He had to guard KD. Um, as we speak of him now, Jalen Johnson finds him on the cut and he gets big on him as Atlanta goes up 20. And now he has to guard Bam. He's had to guard Joel Embiid. So it's definitely been an interesting year for Asa. I'm definitely interested to see what he has to say. His welcome to the NBA moment was. As Jalen gets it over the timeline, brings it up for Atlanta as Miami gets that bucket to go. Jalen attacks, finds Corey. Corey drives. Corey kicks it back out. Sets a screen for Nikhil. Nikhil thought about the triple. Now Corey Kispert puts it home for his first triple of the game. So Atlanta's shooting 55% from the field, 8 of 17 from the three-point line, compared to Miami's 2 of 11. So Miami having struggles from the three-point line. As I don't even know who that was. Yakachonis knocks down a triple. Jalen gets his payback, but can't get it to fall. Gets to his spot though. Got to the elbow, created the contact. Miami on a run of their own, man. It's 38-53 as Atlanta takes a timeout. Fontecchio says, "I will do this myself." So Miami cutting into this Atlanta lead. It's been a great game for the Hawks though. So Quinn electing to go with Asa here, kind of for a good amount of time. Christian Coloco has 2 fouls, um, so it'll be interesting to see how the center rotation is kind of handled throughout the night. Asa, Moge, and obviously Coloco. He's originally a center, so it's not really new for him. But Mo and Asa are strictly centers tonight. Excuse me. I doubt we'll get a. I doubt we'll get power forward minutes out of either of them. A lot of them, I should say. So a lot of their minutes are gonna be off the or at center, I should say. Should say. So shout out to the Hawks though. Definitely. Honestly, you never know what you finna get. Um, Not in a bad way, because sometimes they do let us down and kind of underperform. But that's every night, dog. That's every night. But you just want to see Atlanta kind of set a. You want to see them set a standard. Um, Kind of these past couple years, even though when they would kind of get down early on, they would. They would, it was usual like, all right, we gonna get back in this game. We might not win, but we gonna at least get back into it. So you would like to see Atlanta kind of stick with that, kind of resilient. We might be down, but we not out nature, like kind of mindset. But hopefully they can establish some sort of rhythm and what's the word I'm looking for? Not motto, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Um, I'll probably think of it here in a second, but yeah, I'm blanking on that shit. But yeah, they gotta establish themselves as a team that's always locked in, no matter if they fall behind. Because some games shots really aren't gonna fall. You're not gonna shoot 50%, 60% from the field. All 82, or even in the playoffs, um, for 4 games. So you just gotta find ways to get it done. It might not be pretty, but you just gotta find ways, and that's really what I hope Atlanta kind of establishes themselves as Jalen breaks down the defense. Almost had Nikhil there, but he has Corey Kispert in the corner for a three. 56-38. Jalen picks up the assist. uh, Almost had Nikhil there on the cut, but elected to go to Corey in the corner. So Coloco's back in the game for the Hawks. It's misses everything on that one. As Atlanta gets the ball, Yakachonis puts up nothing but air. Corey Kispert finds Luke Kennard in the corner for three. Cannot get it to go though. Bro, what is Matt Weiner talking about? He talking about the Seahawks. Somebody cool with him? Maybe Corey Kispert. Oh, Corey Kispert did go to Gonzaga, so I'm sure he is locked in on the Super Bowl. Makes sense. Makes sense. I ain't mad. My fault. I was kind of just confused. So Atlanta's lead is cut to 15. It's 41-36 or 56. Excuse me. That would not be a lead. That would be a deficit. So on the floor, Bam Adebayo fouls Luke Kennard. Um, so C.J. McCollum in for Corey Kispert. Uh, Christian Coloco picks up another foul, which is unfortunate because he is the only center on Atlanta's roster at this moment. Javi Jaquez, quick with it, gets that bucket to go. Finds Nikhil on the wing. That was a heavily contested shot, so Atlanta's 20-point lead is now at 13. Davion Mitchell operating, finds Bam on the corner. Bam short. Kennard got the rebound, gives it to McCollum. McCollum gives it right back to Kennard. Swing, swing. Ball finds Jalen, but unfortunately does not go. So 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. What is Quinn doing though? What is Quinn doing, bro? Like, there's no defense out there. Nikhil is the only point of attack defender out there, and that's not what Atlanta needs at this moment. They're going through their cold spell. Yeah, they're going through their cold spell, y'all. The offense can't buy a bucket now. Woo! Jalen Johnson for three. Calms things down for Atlanta. 59-45. Puts the lead back to 14. So Bam thought he got enough contact for a foul, but they elected to not give it to him. And Jalen finds Luke Kennard for a warm-up triple. Hawks back up by 17, 62-45 as Atlanta forces another air ball. And Miami misses everything. Swing, swing. Jalen finds Luke. Luke cannot contain it, but that ball. Oh man, Jalen jumped a little too early. So yeah, Miami just fumbling, bro. Davion Mitchell ain't got it. He too open. There we go. So 62-45 as Nickeil gets the ball from Jalen, gets his feet in the paint, and gets his shot to go. 64-45 as Nickeil now has 9 points. He's 4 of 11 from the field. There we go. Bam misses that one. Jalen picks up the board. So 64-45. Atlanta is on their way here. Jalen's triple, no good. And Atlanta fouls. What is that, Jovic? So Luke Kennard, quick to raise his hand, said, that's on me. So Miami going to the line. They are in the bonus, 64-45. As Jalen has 12 points, 7 rebounds, almost has that double-double by the end of the first half. So but Atlanta doing a great job, man. Bam, he getting locked up right now. Bam Adebayo is 1 of 9, as the legend Bob Rathbun mentions on the broadcast. Him and Khalil Ware are 2 of 15 from the field. So Atlanta doing a great job holding it down, even though they are shorthanded at the center position. So great stuff. So we got a minute 30 in the first half. Second quarter is almost done. And Jalen taking advantage of this mismatch, gets to his shot and gets the bucket to go. As Jalen is now leading in points, rebounds, and assists for the Hawks. He has 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. As Miami gets that triple to go. So they finally get something positive. It's 50-66. Atlanta's up by 16. See if they can go up by a little more, increase this margin. As Atlanta gets another mismatch, Davion Mitchell's turn to be put in the house. Jalen. Jalen's finna start getting them Braun fouls, dog. They're just gonna start fouling him, and he's gonna be too strong, just powering through him. So great stuff from Jalen to be able to get to the bucket there, and great stuff from Atlanta to not notify, but recognize that mismatch and get Jalen the ball. Because we need that. As Jalen knocks down that free throw, we need Jalen to go to the line more, no matter what. If he makes them or misses them, we need him to go to the line. He needs those opportunities. So yeah, man. Shout out to the Hawks for recognizing that. But Jalen misses that second one. He's got to do a little bit better job at knocking those free ones down. Yeah, it ain't nothing. He's not a bad shooter, so he's like what 70-80% shooter for his career. I think CJ going to work, just a little short. Asanul can't come up with that offensive board. So lead sits at 17. It's 67-50. Davion Mitchell is now gonna wind out the game clock and shot clock. It's about 2 seconds and some change between the game clock and shot clock. So backdoor does not work again for Miami. Eric Spoelstra is emphatically saying he kicked it. So the three ball. So Bam letting the officials know they definitely missed something. He thinks. So first half, all Atlanta. Both quarters. First quarter was 33 points. Second quarter was 34 points. So if they can come out in halftime and score 35 points, they'll keep the trend going. So shout out to Jalen, man, leading in points, rebounds, and assists. He has 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, and no turnovers. So great game on offense from Jalen. Defense has been all right, but really it's been a team effort. That's kind of has slowed Miami's offensive efforts down. Um, First, what 5 minutes of the game, or it really was like 2.5 minutes. Quinn called a timeout. It was 7-2, and he said, "Nah, we not doing this." Atlanta definitely turned it around after that. Defense stepped up. Offense started hitting shots. So it was a great overall uh, first half for the Hawks. I can't lie. Um, like I said, Jalen ended with 15, 7, and 3, but he wasn't the only one. Nikhil put in 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Not the usual game for Dyson, but he has 2 points and 3 assists. I don't have the full stat line in front of me, so when I get that, I'll let y'all know. But CJ was 11 points, 4 of 9. Same with Asa, 8 points, 3 of 4. So bench chipped in 34 points that first half. So great stuff from the bench unit. Starters definitely need some help tonight. No Onyeka, no Kristaps. So they are shorthanded at that center position. No more V either. So I mean, he was kind of redundant. Just another option. But what you call it? Corey Kispert, C.J. McCollum gives them a chance to kind of contribute more. And same with Ricochet. Ricochet as well has had a great game. He has 5 points, or he had 5 points, 5 rebounds in that first quarter. I think he got a couple more. I just gotta check. But so first half is over with. My fault, y'all didn't mean to hit the mic. So I'm gonna go over these stats real quick. But it's active. It's gonna be active rest of the. Well, I guess until Thursday. So trade deadline is coming up. James Harden is on the move. He is on the way to the Cleveland Cavaliers, which I don't know. I don't really think that affects Atlanta, but it is interesting as he definitely the reports were saying that he was interested in coming to the Hawks, but I just don't think that the interest was mutual. So obviously that didn't work out, and he is on the way to Cleveland for Darius Garland in a second round pick. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think the Bulls are still going to do things. I think it's a lot of teams who still have moves to make, still kind of just waiting out that. I think when Giannis gets traded, I think, or if he gets traded, I will say if Giannis gets traded, I think that's when the dominoes will fall. But um, I think when people know for sure if or if not he's getting traded, but I guess we won't really know for sure until after the trade deadline. But if they haven't made a move, you know, after tomorrow, or at least going into the night tomorrow, I think Giannis might stay in place. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we ain't worried about Giannis. The Hawks, 34 points off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Oh well. It could be false news. I heard it on the broadcast. But great stuff overall, man. Dyson got one steal, one of two. Hopefully he puts up a three or two. Nikhil, great stuff. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Also has a steal. Koloko finally scored. Got 2 free throws, but so hopefully he has a better game. He picked up 2 quick fouls. Excuse me, 3 fouls. So unfortunately, he is the lone center tonight, but he has to kind of remain um, locked in and kind of remember that he is the only center. No Kristaps or Onyeka. Onyeka's dealing with that dental fracture. Kristaps dealing with that illness. But it does not seem to be affecting Atlanta too much. It's 50 to 67. So great stuff from Atlanta here early on. Hopefully the Hawks can keep this going because the Hawks are in a desperate need of a dub tonight. I think they're a little more desperate tonight than they have been. If they lose tonight, I think um, they allow Miami to go up with like 4 games, and then Charlotte only they're only a half game back if Atlanta loses. So midway through the season, no game is really you know doesn't really have too many implications. But uh, if Atlanta wants to make it easier on themselves, definitely will try to get it up tonight for sure. Devin Vassell, appreciate you tapping in the chat. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully your Tuesday is going well, brother. All right, so we are halftime is underway. Great stuff from Atlanta. Miami just really isn't playing that well either. Um, I think they're ready to make some trades, bro. They're shooting 5 of 19 from the 3 point line, so 26%, 37% overall. So kind of is looking like an Atlanta game, to be honest. I don't know, bro. I think Norman Powell was there at the game, but he's out for personal reasons. I wonder what that is about. Andrew Wiggins is out for hamstring. Tyler Hero out. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Personal reasons is always tricky to me, man. I don't know. I don't even want to touch the subject of personal reasons because that could really be anything. So I'm not gonna speculate anything with Norman Powell. Hopefully everything's straight with Norman Powell, um, and I hope he sticks around on the Heat. I really don't hope this is like he was out and then gets traded, but because he is going off. He got his first All Star appearance as well with Jalen. So shout out to Norman Powell. He's been hooping for Miami, kind of keeping their season alive. Definitely doing better than Tyler Hero. I think he is kind of the one keeping them alive. Tyler hasn't really been doing too much this year. I think Tyler Hero's reputation been in the mud though. Even ever since he said he wants to be like considered like Luca and them. Like, all right, man, we all got dreams, bro. You know, you just gotta understand where you at though. All right, man. So we got halftime here. It should be over within the next 5-10 minutes. But you know how the NBA goes. They like to take their time. Man, I would, I would show these highlights too. So I'll probably do it after the game, but maybe. Um, but my Wi-Fi was my Wi-Fi is terrible. Um, I can't even try to switch the browser, so I'm not even gonna try. But during this halftime break, I am going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me 1 second, and we'll kind of go through the stats again and kind of talk about that first half and what we like to see happen in that second half. So we'll be right back. Appreciate everybody tapping in, everybody that sticks around. I greatly appreciate y'all. But we'll be right back, y'all. We are back, y'all. We are back. Cut this down real quick. So Atlanta is up by 17. So trade deadline is somewhat active. Still not the news everybody looking for though. I think everybody waiting on the job news, and everybody waiting on the Giannis news if there is any Giannis news. I know Shams has been dragging us along this whole way. I want the whole Giannis saga to be done just so it's over with. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this man how he wants to stay in Milwaukee, but the next post game appearance he sending some subliminal shots. But just be done with it. Just trade him and get it over with. Excuse me. But it is still active, even though the big names haven't been traded. Um, Memphis electing to trade Jaren Jackson was a surprise to me. I definitely, especially after his huge game the other night, literally just a night ago. NBA is a crazy business, bro. You can put up 30 for your squad and get traded the next night. That is nasty work. Nasty work. And they ship you off to Utah, bro. Boy, my condolences to Jaren Jackson, bro. Man, so Miami celebrating that 20th anniversary of that 2006 championship team. But halftime is about to be over with, and we're about to get back to it. So let's see how Atlanta responds coming out the second half. Jalen, 15 points. He has a near triple double. Oh yeah, they soaking up this halftime. They all got jackets and stuff. So trade deadline, like I said, active man, active, active, active. I'm wondering what the Bulls are gonna do. I think the Bulls are still gonna be active. They don't have a center. I think Kristaps is going to Chicago. I think we getting Kobe White or AO. Um, I can't even lie to you. I really want Anthony Simons. I can't lie. So Miami hitting us with an extended halftime because of the celebration here. So it's kind of tough for Atlanta as they are up 17, and a long halftime break can easily kind of turn things for the Hawks. So that 2016, man, they deserve all the love, man. But maybe do this after the game. But yeah, like I said, trade deadline active. James Harden out of there. He's on his way to Cleveland, which I really hope it doesn't work out for Cleveland. I can't even lie to you. I hope James Harden finds a new home in the next couple years, but I definitely hope it doesn't work for Cleveland. That's my take. That is definitely my take. What are some moves y'all think are gonna happen though? Let me hear 'em. What y'all think is gonna happen? Y'all think Atlanta's gonna be active? I really don't think Atlanta's gonna be active. Although to me it's suspicious that Kristaps was ruled available for this game, and then all of a sudden his illness was the reason why he was not able to go. Cause this past week he's been ramping up, kind of getting back to normal basketball activities at per Atlanta's PR team. Um, so we'll see where that leads. But I really hope Atlanta don't do something stupid like trade for AD. Really, it's the same player in my opinion. I mean, different play style, but you getting the same amount of games, so it's not really a boost. Um, but I think Atlanta's gonna stay put, but we'll see. So halftime is going crazy right now. I feel like it's been about 30 minutes, man. Come on. So regular halftime, I feel like about 15, 20 minutes max. So that spectacle was definitely unnecessary, but action should resume. But that was brutal. What are we doing? What are we doing? Excuse me. But Atlanta's still up 17, so they got room for error. But unfortunately, can't don't want to see that lead dissipate anytime soon. But it's brutal, man. I can't even lie to you. We still waiting. Halftime is not over with. The Heat should be fine for this or something. But if Atlanta can get this dub though, it'll be big. It will be big for Atlanta because they will be about 2 games behind Miami for the division lead, um, and that will put them. It will separate them and Charlotte, which is necessary. Charlotte's only 4 games behind Miami right now, so I believe Orlando is playing OKC tonight. So I'm sure that's gonna be yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be what you call it. Yeah, they are. They're losing by 30. Excuse me. So don't really have too much faith there. But Indiana and Utah, that is the tank game tonight. Man, it's ugly. Indiana resting Pascal, Benedict Mathurin, T.J. McConnell. They're literally resting everybody on their roster. So um, Indiana and Utah just trying to find ways to lose, but golly, golly, it's a lot of big leads tonight. Milwaukee's up by 25 on Chicago. On Chicago, Chicago doesn't have Vucevic, so they're missing their guy. and they're missing Kevin Herter. So they're kind of limited. So it's understandable. Boston's up 12 on Dallas. So they're getting Vucevic. That might be ugh, looks a little that move is a little spooky. I can't lie. They get a piece that they need. So excuse me. LA is up by 40 almost on Brooklyn. That's like not a surprise, but goddamn, 40 piece in the third quarter. New York is smacking Washington 79 to 114. And Denver is losing to Detroit 80 to 93. So it's interesting. Uh, sheesh. I was not expecting that though. But Atlanta also, and I mean, they're not up huge. 17 is not 40 or 30. It's crazy. OKC is beating Orlando by 27 at halftime. Sheesh. But like I said, the Southeastern Division will much need is in much need of an Orlando Magic smacking. So them getting smacked is definitely falls in Atlanta's favor, as Atlanta will climb the rank just by a little more, and they should, because I do believe it might be 1-1 if it's not 2-0 against Orlando. Um, I think it is 1-1. So Atlanta doesn't quite have that tiebreaker between them. But it is a big matchup tonight against Miami. It's a division matchup, and you got Orlando possibly losing tonight, so Miami could take a L. So there's two teams in front of you that could definitely help. So we'll see how this second half plays out. We are about to get underway here. Finally, man. Finally, halftime is almost over with. So Jalen Johnson selected to his first All Star game. It was a reserve. Um, I don't. Bro, Bob Rathbun is stupid, bro. He said, I had to go grab Nick out the club, bro." I'm so weak. He a fool. Legend Bob Rathbun on the call on the broadcast for Atlanta. So halftime's almost over with. It's 67-50. But like I was saying, shout out to Jalen. His first All Star appearance is coming up in about 2 weeks. It'll be interesting to see how they go about that. I'm not too excited about the format. I wish it was just East versus West. I don't know about y'all, but I do miss the original East versus West. Um, just have the best 24 players out there. Um, give fans back the voting for the first 10, and let coaches and the media have the rest. But super long halftime. Let's see if it affects Atlanta. So Atlanta's up by 17. Halftime is over with. Action is about to get back to it. Let me blow my nose real quick, y'all. All right, so action resumes. So first possession, it winds up empty for Atlanta. First possession for Miami is a three. So Gardner knocks down that triple. Swing, swing for Atlanta. Coloco in the corner. Ooh, good look. Good shot. Just not a great result. Fontecchio can't get that one to go. And Dyson winds up ripping that away from Davion Mitchell. So Atlanta's short. Like I said, that 30-minute halftime might have affected the Hawks. As Coloco plays pretty good defense against Adebayo, but Heat come out 4-0. It's not great for the Hawks. Excuse me, it's 5-0 here early on in the second half. So Atlanta's offense kind of struggling here, but we'll see how the rest of this third quarter goes. 30-minute halftime is ridiculous, though, dog. Come on, NBA. What are we doing, bro? Why is that even allowed? Excuse me. Yeah, what are we doing? So Quinn elects to call another early timeout at the start of the third quarter. Uh, Not even a minute 30 played. So it's a minute and 18 seconds or 8 seconds, excuse me. Miami has cut into the lead. It is now 67-55. Atlanta's just a little lethargic. Um, Probably kind of thrown out. Wow, that's a wild commercial. Um, Commercial was crazy. Oh man, like I said, slow start for Atlanta out the second half, but kind of was expecting that. A 30-minute halftime shots seem just short. That's really what it is. So we'll see if Atlanta can get their legs up under them after this timeout. But you can't really blame halftime, like if Atlanta loses this game. But coming off halftime in a 17-point lead and you know kind of squandering that this quick is kind of tough. Although they've only cut into it by 5, so I might be overreacting just by a little bit. But you know what I mean. Come on, man. It's tough. So Atlanta has to find some rhythm and get Miami out of theirs. So a little 5-0 run for the Heat leaves the lead at what is that 12? 67-55 as Jalen finds Ricochet to bring him back up. Oof. Ricochet finds Nikhil in the corner. Nikhil almost got to work. That's a foul. As Atlanta is missing Onyeka a whole lot. As Christian Coloco is already subbed out for the Hawks and Asa is in. It might just be a little, he's still a little new, still kind of learning. As Nikhil finds Dyson in the paint, Dyson has to be a little more aggressive with that. As Ricochet gets 2 feet in the paint, gets that bucket to go. He has 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field. It's great stuff from Ricochet too. No pick, nothing like that. Just pure bag work. So we got Jalen here. He's a little slow to move his feet. Fouls Fontecchio on that drive. So I believe Jalen picks up that second foul. So Asa is now responsible for guarding Bam. See if Bam tries to take advantage of it. I really don't think Asa is too much of a liability because Bam is not as powerful as normal centers. And we get a stop there. So shot clock violation as Bam cannot hit the rim on that one. So like I said, I think Asa Newell is a good matchup right here as Bam isn't like too much of like that dominant center. And Atlanta gets the ball in the paint to Dyson. Dyson finds Nikhil in the corner. Can't get that to go though. So the three ball has not been friendly for the Hawks here in the second half, but it's still early. Nah, Ricochet goes straight up. We'll see if Atlanta elects to challenge this one. Nah, Ricochet's reaction kind of says it all. Didn't really even contest that he didn't foul him. So foul on Ricochet as Myron Gardner goes to the line. He has 6 points. So 13-point lead for Atlanta. See if Atlanta can find that rhythm they were playing with early on. I know that long halftime kind of took them out of it somewhat. So Nikhil again cannot knock down that triple. Great defense by Zach stepping up on that Bam drive, but Bam just gets absorbs the contact and gets it to go. But Nikhil responds and gets that bucket. He is 5 of 15. There we go. Ricochet collects the board. Ace had a good closeout, but Fontecchio kind of tripped him. It's a good shot by Ricochet. Can't get it to go. Good defense by Nikhil to deflect that, stop Miami's break. But like I said, Nikhil can't hit the outside shot, which some games is kind of usual. Just 3-point shot isn't falling, but he stays aggressive, and that's you need that. So Dyson and Asa almost come up with defensive efforts, but there we go. That's just a vet move as Bam got Asa up, and Asa fouled Bam, but he understands. He knows. As Asa picks up his second foul, Atlanta's gonna need to stay out of foul trouble at the center spot. Asa Koloko, haven't seen Moge yet, which will probably be the first sub here after I guess 4 Mo. I guess the second sub. So yeah, if Asa stays down on that, that's gonna be another good possession. But majority of the matchups or possessions for Bam against Asa have ended up in Asa's favor. So it's 10 points. Miami has cut into the lead by 7. Mm. Dyson is wide open when he gets that ball in the elbow, and his lack of aggressiveness has kind of hit Atlanta. Let's go as Zach finds Jalen on the wing, and Jalen knocks down that triple. It's 74-61. But Atlanta's defense gave up a transition bucket pretty easily to Myron Gardner. So Nikhil gives it to Jalen to operate the offense. Bruh, Dyson has to realize he is wide open when he gets the ball at the free throw line. Like, oh my God, and they get an and one. So lead is cut to single digits. Miami's little zone that they're running is killing Atlanta. Dyson has to realize, like, bro, that elbow, bro, that's your shot, bro. That's a wide open shot. That's a wide open shot. So Corey Kispert in for Atlanta does not get that triple to go. 74-66. It's an 8-point game for the Hawks. Good defense by Ricochet there on Bam, but Miami gets a corner three and knocks it down. So it's 74-69. So Jalen is now playing that position right there, getting in the zone, playing that middle role. So great adjustments. As Dyson was failing to attack that, Atlanta needs to attack that. Great defense by Zach again, just to cut off that drive. Swing for Atlanta. Miami. Shout out to Zach, getting that board. So wide open three for Miami does not result in anything. So stripped away from Asa. Miami smoked it, thankfully. There you go. Jalen gets fouled on that break. So Atlanta is up 76-69. Jalen's going to the line probably. Nope. They're gonna rule it side out, I believe. Nikhil hits the bench for Atlanta. Jalen has 27 and 4 assists. Excuse me. So CJ McCollum in for Atlanta. We'll see how this goes. Atlanta has 6 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. And one, Corey. Let's go, CK. Let's go. As Corey Kispert fights through the contact. And, damn, he's tall as hell. He a little shorter than Asa. And one as Davion Mitchell fouls Corey Kispert. And Miami thought that he got away with the push off, but it's a good aggressive drive by Corey Kispert to get Atlanta to 78-69. Corey Kispert has 8 points, 3 of 7 from the field. Knocks down that free throw. It is now 79-69. Puts Atlanta back up double digits. Fontecchio with a nice aggressive drive. So in for Atlanta is CJ, Corey Kispert, Zach, Mo, and Jalen. Ricochet getting a lot of PT right here. Really for rebounding purposes. He's really been the best rebounder on the floor for Atlanta. Oh, great find from Jalen to find a slipping Corey Kispert, but Corey cannot get that drive to go. So they're gonna rule that foul on the floor as Bam gets right by Mo Gay. So Miami's in the bonus. It is now free throws for Miami every time they get fouled from here on out. So Bam has a double double. He has 10 points, 11 rebounds. So we'll see how Atlanta responds to Miami's kind of successful third quarter. They are outscoring the Hawks 23-14 so far. We still got 5 minutes to go, so we'll see how it goes. As Ricochet is taking a breather now for Atlanta. 79-72 is a 7-point game. It definitely has gotten a little more interesting. 5 minutes to go. 30-minute halftime is ridiculous, though, bro. I will say that. 30-minute halftime is crazy. As Miami was celebrating that 2016 championship team, as CJ McCollum gets to his spot, gets it to go off that Jalen Johnson assist. It's 81-73. Good defense. CJ plays great defense on Davion Mitchell. So Jalen Johnson comes up with that board. Finds CJ And CJ's gonna operate. He gives it right back to Jalen. Little 2-man game. Jalen finds CJ. CJ finds the bottom of the bucket. It's 83-73. That's great stuff. That's the type of buckets we need from CJ McCollum, man. We need CJ to get it within the offense. We definitely need it within the offense. That's all we need. We don't need ISO buckets. We need knock down that shot when you get the ball passed to you buckets. As Jalen does a great job at recognizing CJ's going to have that mismatch on that slip again, and CJ just knocks it down. It's 83-73, and CJ has 13 points. He's 5 of 10 from the field. Um, and that's like the stat line you need from CJ, man. You don't need CJ to be, 7 of 15, 7 of 16. You just need him to be 5 of 10. Simple buckets, not too much, not too little. You just needed him to do his thing, and that he's been doing that these last couple games. He definitely hasn't been overextending himself, trying to kind of carry things for the Hawks. But I think he's done really well at kind of blending in with the team, and allowing Jalen to kind of you know have his ups and downs as a number one. So that's really good. That I think it's big. That's huge for CJ. Excuse me. I think CJ recognizes he has a chance to kind of earn, like, Hawks haven't really done too much to say there's too much prestige over here, but Atlanta definitely is. They're not necessarily a poverty franchise. Sometimes they make really dumb decisions, but I think that's just the Atlanta sports curse. But in my opinion, they're competitive. So, especially with like the moves they've made in the past 2 3 years, kind of buying into the future and kind of maintaining some sort of competitive nature with the roster. Um, I think this year's the year they really bought into a rebuild, trading the cornerstone Trey and kind of transitioning to another star of the franchise in Jalen. So CJ has I think, a rare opportunity to kind of get in where he fits in and kind of earn a spot here in Atlanta in their future role. Because if the chips fall in Atlanta's favor, Atlanta has a top 5 draft pick coming into next year with the Pelicans or Milwaukee pick falling to Atlanta. So we get the more favorable of those, or I guess those two. So we'll see how that lands, and if that is top 5, I think I think it might be special, especially if it's top 3. Ooh, boy, get ready. If it's top 3, it's raps, bro. If it's top 3, either I don't know. De'Aaron Peterson is really good, and to me, that's not these are shooting free throws, but during the free throws, CJ McCollum just dapped up D Wade. I say, no, it's not in the middle of the game. So, excuse me. So Miami is now closer than they've been in a while. It's 74-83. The lead is now 9 points. Hasn't been single digits for too long, but just this third quarter, second half or first half was really all Atlanta. Um, put that lead up to 17, but now it's back to 8. CJ McCollum gets that runner up, can't get it to go. Mo Gay tries to clean it up, is no good there as well. So why are they cutting to Shaq during the middle of possession? So Atlanta somehow gets the ball back. They cut to Shaq. I did not see how they got the ball. Jalen going to work. Going to work, like I said, back to 10. It's 85-75. Jalen now is 22. He's 9 of 14 from the field. Jalen set a career high last game against Indiana. Great defense from Mo and Jalen to kind of collectively get that steal as well. But Jalen had, I think, 33 field goal attempts. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, like I believe 30. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. I know it was up there though. He was at 27 when I stopped looking. As Jalen cross court pass finds Luke Kennard for three. So great stuff. It's 88-75. So like I said, Atlanta is finding that rhythm again. Defense is kind of the key to it. They've got two stops as Moge is playing defense against Bam here. Like I said, Bam or Mo and Jalen got the steal on Bam last time, but Bam gets the best of Mo right there and gets that bucket. So it's 77-88. It's 11 points for Atlanta as CJ finds Jalen. Jalen operating on the wing. He is now guarded by Jaime Jaquez Jr. That's a first turnover for Jalen. Come on, little girl. You know you can't be up there. I know you've been asleep too. Come here. Come here. You just wake up. You just wake up. So Yakachon is going to the line for Miami, 77-88. What are you doing? You just wake up. Did you just wake up? So it's 88-78, at least on the broadcast, as Yakachonis knocks down that second one. Now it's a 9 point lead for Atlanta, 88-79. We'll see how Atlanta responds as Kispert finds Jalen on the wing. Jalen finds Mo, but Mo was being held um, as Miami picks up the fouls. That one's on Jaime Jaquez Jr. So 88-79, Atlanta still holding on to a lead, and Corey Kispert gets the bucket. I don't know who passed it in right there. That could be Jalen. As Jalen picks up the assist, it's 90-79, 11 points. So it's back to double digits for Atlanta. Yakachonis going to work. Corey Kispert D'ing up. It's clamps, bro. Clamps. Jalen Garden, Jaime Jaquez. Good defense. Yeah, there we go. That's a miss. As Corey Kispert gathers the board. CJ on the break for Atlanta. All right, man. Go to work. As he finds Jalen in the corner. Ooh, good move. Jalen gets to his bag. Ooh, can't get that one to roll in. So Miami picks up the board. Khalil Ware gathers that one. Good defense as Luke Kennard active. Active, man. Shout out to Luke Kennard as he pokes that one away from Jaime Jaquez. Jalen pushes the pace, finds Kispert on the wing. Kispert finds Jalen at the top. CJ on the wing for three. It's 93-79. So this lineup out there is Moge at the center, Jalen at the four. They are holding it down right now for the Hawks, and the wings out there are playing their part. As Jalen cannot get that drive to go, as he feels like he got fouled on that one. Oh man, they throwing to nobody. That was a Shaq in the fool right in front of Shaq. So Dyson back in for Atlanta. There's now 12 turnovers for Miami as they have given up 16 points off their turnovers to Atlanta. So shout out to Atlanta for converting on turnovers. CJ McCollum is hooping right now, man. He gets that little runner to go, no problem. He has 20 points, 8 of 14. So a very efficient night. He's only missed 6 shots. So that's no good from Yakachonis in the corner, but Dyson can't come up with the board. So shout out to CJ, man. 20 of them things, man. 20 points. He's a 20 piece. couple sides, three rebounds, 2 assists for CJ. So shout out to CJ. He's having a great night. It's 95-79. It's definitely a boost of energy for Atlanta. Another long rebound goes to Miami. But Jaime Jaquez elects to line up a 3-pointer and another rebound for the Heat. Let's see if Miami elects to launch one. So I am a little behind. No, I'm not. So Jaime Jaquez, third time's a charm. Gets that 2-pointer to go. It's 81-95. 5 seconds to go on my end. CJ going to work. Step back triple. It's good. It's 98-81 with 9 tenths of a second left. Nothing doing on that one. It's 98-81. CJ, bada bing, bada boom. Do what you do. Shout out to OG CJ McCollum holding it down. There we go. So Atlanta starts the second half with a 17-point lead, and they end the third quarter. Or excuse me, they start the second. Oh, yeah, I said this. I said this. I said this right shit. They started with a 17-point lead, and they end the first part of the second half with a 17-point lead. So they turn things around. That third quarter ends with both teams tied at 31 apiece in that third quarter. So Atlanta almost kept the trend going, man. They were 4 points off. They scored 33 in the first, 34 in the second. Man, that would have been pretty cool if they scored 35 in the third and 36 in the fourth. Maybe that's just me being weird, but Atlanta walks away. They start the fourth quarter with a 17-point lead. So great stuff from Atlanta to respond. Halftime was some bullshit. 30-minute halftime. Get that out of here, bro. They deserve to be fined. Give Pat Riley a let them lose a draft pick or something. That was unnecessary. So great stuff in that third quarter for Atlanta to respond. No, I can't even lie. As Atlanta's coming back here, the action's about to resume. Use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back, y'all. All right, we back. We back. So the Heat are bailed out with a foul. Kind of saw the end of that possession there. So Dyson picked up a foul. Unfortunately, kind of bailed out Miami there. So fourth quarter underway. Pele Larson, 13 points. Excuse me. So I believe What's going on? I don't know what's going on. My cat has arisen. Excuse me. It's 98-81. So three free throws underway. Two of them have been shot and scored. So Pele Larson has got 14 now. So it's 84-98. Dyson gets it into CJ. CJ operating. There you go. CJ on the floor. Still a foul though. Draws a foul on somebody out there. I can't see, bro. I'm watching on my phone, bro. That junk kind of tiny. I can't even lie to you. So 14-point lead for Atlanta as the fourth quarter has barely been played. 30 seconds have been played, although it's been at least 5 minutes. So Dyson attacks, finds CJ, and CJ finds the bottom of the net. It's 101 to 84. So 26 points for CJ McCollum. CJ might have one of them games, man. He might mess around, have 30 something. He cannot miss right now. So Dyson playing against Davion Mitchell. Fontecchio gets that drive to go past Riche. So Atlanta back on offense. Dyson finds Riche. Riche gives it right back to Dyson. Dyson finds CJ. CJ gets the pump. Can't get that three to go though. It's a good move. Got Miami up in the air that first one. As Bam lines up that triple, that's no good. Dyson affects that and causes Miami to try to save that, and that goes Atlanta's way. So it's 86-101. Atlanta is up by what, 15? Ooh, Dyson Fonze cutting Mo Gay. I really wish. So how Miami's playing is kind of a zone, and how Atlanta's attacking it. They have Dyson Daniels in that on that free throw line area spot where um it's a wide open in that 2-3 zone that Miami's playing. I wish he would just turn around and face the basket as Mo misses that first free throw. Like I said, man, I just want him to face the basket. You don't even gotta shoot. Just face the basket, be calm, and then if they leave you room, just hit them with that floater right at that free throw line, man. Don't even gotta be a jumper, man. Just get you a step or two and get that floater up. Um, as Moge knocks down that second free throw, puts it at a 16-point lead. So they've taken a rebound away from Ricochet. He only has 7 rebounds. I don't know how they be taking rebounds away. It don't make no sense. That's great defense by CJ McCollum. Hey, can't get that bucket to go though. So Ricochet guarding Bam here. get that. It's a great switch by Mo and Ricochet. Dyson playing good defense. Winds up in another Miami miss. And Luke Kennard passes ahead to Dyson. Dyson passes right back to Luke. There you go. Floater is a little strong, but that's exactly what you need from Dyson. A strong attack downhill. But yeah, he's definitely got to play a little more aggressive. He's not playing his usual offensive game where he's attacking. Um, so we'll see. So it's 102 to 88. Atlanta is holding on to a 16-point lead here. Um, so now it's 102 to 91. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, 102 and 89. So on the broadcast, at least, ESPN scorecard's a little early. It's a little ahead of me. So I know Miami's finna get this bucket here. That's all I do know. There you go. Over Moge, not too bad. So it's 11 for Atlanta. It's 91 to 102. So Atlanta's a little lethargic again in this fourth quarter, as Miami has outscored them 10-4. So out there for Atlanta is Jalen Nikhil, Corey Kispert, Moge, and Luke Kennard. So we'll see how. My bad, I got distracted by a notification, but we'll see if Quinn still elects to go with Moge out there, or if he goes with Koloko or Asa. Asa's been more productive on offense, and Atlanta kind of needs that right at the moment. It's kind of been cold for Atlanta this fourth quarter, other than C.J. McCollum. And right now, C.J. is taking a breather, so we'll see if Atlanta switches up the center as Moge is out there. It's been a mix of Christian Koloko, Asa Newell, and Moge at center tonight. With the absence of Onyeka and Kristaps. Kristaps was good to go, and then like what an hour and some change before he gets ruled out with the illness. Oh yeah, the reaction I saw, yeah, Hawks fans were sick, boy. They are sick as they are sick along with Kristaps. Um, they are ready for that man to. They're ready for the Kristaps experiment to kind of be behind us. As I don't know, we came into the season knowing he wasn't going to be fully healthy, but I think I think we all thought he'd be a little more available to play this year. But boy, were we wrong. As Kristaps now has missed 12 straight, but Atlanta faring well so far. No Onyeka or Kristaps tonight. They're missing all four of the centers they have on their rotation or on their roster right now. As like I said earlier in the stream, Atlanta traded away Vit Krejci, so they traded Vit for Duop Reith. So Atlanta now has another 6'9", 6'10" center on their roster. So we'll see how that but he's out for the season though, unfortunately. Same with N'Faly Dante. Um, so they had season-ending injuries. So they are both out. So they are kind of Atlanta's definitely thin at that center position at the moment. As Jalen Johnson takes advantage of the mismatch, goes right over Davion Mitchell and gets that bucket after the timeout. So great stuff from Jalen to respond, get Atlanta something as he gets that one to go for his 24th point. And Miami gets it up. cannot get it to go. As Nikhil grabs the board, that long rebound finds Jalen on the break. Jalen finds Corey Kispert. Corey thought about Corey thought about rising up right there, but finds Nikhil. Nikhil rises up. Nikhil buries the triple. Let's go. It is 107 to 91. 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. As Nikhil has 14 points, he's 6 of 16 from the field now. As Moge plays great defense on Bam, and Jalen controls that rebound. He pushes the pace for Atlanta, sizing up Gardner, I believe. Finds Luke. Luke finds Corey. Corey drives and gets right into the paint, but can't get it to fall. It's 107-91, so that possession ends up being empty. Jalen Johnson, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. So he is right there on the precipice of another triple double. As Jalen picks up, I believe, what will be his third foul. Excuse me, his fourth foul. As Jalen Johnson now has 4 fouls with 7:25 to go. As Jalen has, I don't know if Cat has a double double, but he is leading the East in double doubles. He has 32, and he is about to get another one tonight. So it's gonna be his 33rd double double, and he picks that up, gets the rebound right there. It's 107-91. Jalen has 24 and 10. So if he can kind of stay out of foul trouble, he's gonna have no problem tonight. He finds Corey Kispert. Corey swings it to Mo, and Mo knocks down the three. 8-0 run by the Hawks, and shout out to Mo for knocking that down. He puts it at, what is that, 19? As Atlanta goes on a run of their own, it is now 110 to 91. Jalen, like I said, has his, I believe, 33rd triple double double. Almost has a triple double, which would be his ninth triple double this season. Just needs one more assist. So Atlanta is minutes away from putting this game in the win column, but we still got 7 minutes. It's a long ways to go, and it's 19 points, so the game is not out of reach. But it is looking like Atlanta's gonna take that dub, you know what I'm saying? And that's very, very positive. Knowing Yeka or Kristaps, trade deadline right around the corner, man. I can't lie, I'm excited. There's a lot of teams that still have yet to make moves that have kind of positioned themselves to have an active deadline day. So we have a day and a half to go. The deadline is February 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So that's the last time teams can make trades for the rest of this season. So, man, it's gonna be active, man. Giannis is still yet to be moved. Ja is still yet to be moved. I don't know, man. This last time, I don't know. Okay, so Kristaps is a little different. So that illness, you can't really tell what's for real and what's not. That illness very much could be real. Like it definitely could be, kind of flared up since Florida is kind of having a cold stretch right now. I think everywhere is. That illness could have flared up very much so. So you never know. But last time this did happen, was good to go. He just played, and in that Pacer game, they said he sprained his ankle in pre-games, warm-ups, and he got traded the next day. So with the deadline right around the corner, you gotta take these injury reports with a grain of salt. Um, there we go. It's gonna be interesting, man. We got James Harden going to Cleveland. We got Vucevic going to Boston. I don't really think that's like a star move, but that's gonna be really impactful for Boston. I think they're having a pretty decent year as Khalil Ware gets that lob to go. So Jalen finds Nikhil. Nikhil finds Jalen. Jalen tees up that triple and he gets it to go. Another three for Jalen Johnson as he now has 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. With 6 minutes to go, Jalen is in his bag right now. He's kind of taking over as Jaime Jaquez drives against Luke Kennard, gets the contact, and he's going to the line to finish off that 3 point play. So Khalil Ware just too much space. Fails to close out Jalen Johnson, and Jalen knocks down that triple. Golly, so the Hawks bench has now scored 63 points. That is a season high for Atlanta as Jalen Johnson grabs another rebound off that Jaime Jaquez miss. See if Jalen can get that board. So Jalen deciding to go 1-on-1 and look like he wants that ISO against Jaime. Corey Kispert too strong, bro. He too strong. As Corey Kispert knocks down his 13th bucket on that drive to the rim. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Jalen gets the triple double. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So Jalen now has 9 triple doubles. As Jalen gets the pass, he's backing down, and he finds who's he gonna find? Who's he gonna find, man? Who's he gonna find? Nikhil. Nikhil rises up for three. It's 118.95 as Jalen Johnson knocks down that triple double. He has 9 triple doubles for this year, man. Jalen Johnson has been going crazy. He has been going crazy, dog. Shout out to Jalen as Jaime Jaquez gets, you gonna get one or two as he gets that bucket. So ninth triple double for Jalen. So second most in the NBA, right behind Jokic, as he finds Nikhil. What a wonderful pass as Nikhil finds Mo for that midi, and that's a bucket. It's 120-97. As Atlanta is almost up by 30. 23 points is the lead now. As Atlanta forces another Miami miss, and Moge comes up with the board. He finds Nikhil. Nikhil finds Corey. Corey finds the dribble and gets it right back to Nikhil. Nikhil sidesteps Jaime Jaquez, and that three is short. That was a good look, though. That would have been probably the dagger. I know it's 4.5 minutes to go, but still, as Pele Larson gets that little floater to go. Atlanta going to work, though, bruh. So 21-point lead. It's 99 to 120 as Atlanta has put up 46 three-point field goals and they've made 20 of them. Atlanta having a phenomenal game to say the least. So to end out February, they have Utah, Charlotte, Minnesota, Charlotte, and then they have the All Star break, and then they have one game after the All Star break, and that's Philadelphia. So Atlanta's getting a much needed break here in the next coming weeks. So we got Charlotte, or excuse me, Utah, Charlotte, Minnesota, Charlotte, and then Philly. So Charlotte twice. Charlotte's been having a really good year though, so it's not easy games against Charlotte. 1 second. My cat is in demon mode right now. She trying to get into everything. So, but Atlanta, business as usual. They have caused 12 turnovers, and like I said, they've had 16 points converted off those turnovers. So they've done a great job at getting points off of them. It hasn't been every time, but a majority of the time it is. All right. My cat going crazy right now. Come here. Yes, come here. Ow, that hurt, bro. God damn, that hurt. She dug her claw right in my chest, boy. So 122.99. Good defense. Jalen closing out on Jaime Jaquez as Moge plays on that drive. Khalil Ware just cleans it up. So it is now 101 to 122. Jalen has 27, 11, and 11. She finds Corey Kispert. Corey's going to operate off this pick and roll from Jalen. He rises up for a three. It's off the rim, but Moge is there to corral the long rebound. So shot clock reset to 14. It is now 5 seconds to go. Jalen operating. That is a turnover as he tries to go cross court and find CJ McCollum. So that's a bucket for Miami on the break. CJ's playing with pace. Finds Mo in the corner. Mo finds CJ. CJ McCollum going to work on Jaime Jaquez. Finds a cutting Nikhil. Nikhil can't get that first one to go. The cleanup isn't good either. So Miami isn't quite 20. It's now 17 points. We got 2:40 left. I really think it might be too little too late. But a couple threes and a couple stops, Miami might be back in this game. So we'll see how it goes. Um, CJ is attacking, and that is a stop. So it's 122, 105. Still not crazy. It's 17. So refs miss another call. They don't know who this went out on. It's been a couple times this has happened. So see if Jalen can get that 30 ball. So it's a 30 piece with some size. It's a good move. Jaime Jaquez, he went to work right there. He went in his bag for that. It's a good post move. So we got Jalen going to work. Too easy, and that probably should have been an and one. So Jalen now has 29. I really hope, man. What folks don't understand is the year Jalen is having. Like, I understand Hawks necessarily aren't quite winning. They don't have a winning record, I should say, because they are winning plenty of games. They just aren't winning those 50-50 games like they could be. But, bro, Jalen is averaging the same as Giannis and Nikola Jokic. Or Jokic, excuse me. I keep, as Moge puts that three up, can't get it to go, but keep wanting to call him Joker and Jokic at the same time. So great stuff. That's a Miami turnover as Drew Smith can't corral that pass. So 124, 109. But folks realize, bro, Jalen is averaging the same as Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That in itself should tell you what's going on. So both teams clearing the bench. It's 123 left. Miami is electing to throw up the white flag as it is out of reach. So Ricochet back in, Asa Newell back in, Keaton Wallace checks in for the first time. So like I said, Jalen is averaging 23, 10, and 8. The only two players in the league to average those numbers are Jokic and Giannis. And I'm going to leave it at that for everybody who kind of wants to shit on him for his all-star appearance and say it's false stats. I'm not hearing it, man. I'm not taking that disrespect. I didn't have a voice when Trey was getting shit on, but now I do. I ain't here for it, man. Jalen is averaging. That's an MVP and an MVP, bro. I ain't here for it, bro. He's averaging MVP numbers. If Atlanta had a winning record, he would definitely be considered. Um, I know I might be out of my realm on an MVP call right now, but I'm saying, bro, if Jalen continues to put up these stats and Atlanta can get dubs, get ready for that MVP conversation. I might be head of that narrative. I might be the one pushing it the most. But Jalen Johnson's MVP season is coming because once Atlanta gets in that win column, once they get up to 4 or 5, 5 seed, 4 seed, 3 seeds, it'll be a serious conversation for sure if Jalen continues to produce like this. So excellent stuff from Jalen. He got 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. As Keen Wallace cashes that in off Ricochet's assist right there. So it's not often Atlanta can get dubs like this on the road in Miami, but um, it's been a great result here as Jalen leads the Hawks in all three categories: points, rebounds, and assists. He has, like I said, 29, 11, and 11. So great stuff for Jalen. This is going to wind up being an Atlanta Hawks dub. So Atlanta moves to 25 and 27. So great stuff from Atlanta for real. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. So I'm gonna go by let's check the box score real quick. So shout out to Atlanta, man. They walk away with a 12-point dub. Um they kind of handle the Heat here, so this little division rivalry's kind of over with. Asa and Nikhil's son doing a little handshake. That's what's up. Shout out to Nikhil, man. He is a father of the year over here. So shout out to Jalen, man. Yeah, 29, 11, and 11. He shot only 3 of 8 from the three balls, so not terribly. Well, it's like what 40 something percent, close to 30. So it's still good. Zach, good stuff. Only 23 minutes. Kind of coming off that bone bruise, so probably won't be playing too heavy. But great game from Zach. He has 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Um, Christian Coloco, not too great of a game, but he had 2 points, 2 rebounds. Nikhil, though, 19 points. Great stuff from Nikhil. 7 assists to go along for Nikhil. Dyson, kind of out of. I don't know, man. It was kind of weird for Dyson. Only 2 points. Only 1 of 4 from the field. Had 5 assists, so kind of see what's up with Dyson. But the bench kind of took care of business. They had like 60 something points. Corey Kispert 13, Asa 8, Moge had 6, CJ had 26, Luke had 12. Even Keen Wallace chipped in a 3. So great stuff from the bench unit for Atlanta after a couple games where it's been a little quiet for them. So kind of shows how important they are to this team. It is a team effort over here. As much as we want to give Jalen the responsibilities, I think this team has to step up around him and kind of produce for Atlanta to kind of get results like this. So Atlanta takes care of business, kind of against a banged up Miami Heat team. So we are banged up as well. No Kristaps, no Onyeka tonight. So we'll see how it goes for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson, great game after being named to his first All Star team. So great stuff for Jalen. I'm happy for him, man. Hopefully he has a lot more of those, and this season continues, and he can maybe get on the All NBA team. But Atlanta one game closer to getting over five or getting back to 500. So they are 2 games away. Like I said, this February is a little easier. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. We'll see what the teams look like next time we go live. Atlanta is back Thursday, so they take on the Say less. So Atlanta gets a dub. No problem. Jalen got that poster too. It was phenomenal. So I appreciate everybody that pulled up to this Open Gym Atlanta Hawks watch along. Greatly appreciate y'all. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, whichever platform you're on. Um, like it over if you're on YouTube or on Twitter. But I greatly appreciate everybody. But we will be back Thursday, 7:30. Probably between now and then. We'll probably go live Wednesday. But we will be back. But I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Kind of helps us out over here. I greatly appreciate it if y'all do. If y'all have already, I greatly appreciate y'all. But y'all have a good middle of the week. I know it just started. So trade deadline is here. We'll see how the NBA is shaking up. We'll see how it looks for the rest of the season. On Thursday after the deadline is up. So deadline ends February 5th. On Thursday at 3 p.m. So we'll see how it looks. But until then, I appreciate everybody. We'll be going live tomorrow, running some 2K and maybe some a little producing as well. So might make a beat or two on stream. So we'll be live tomorrow. I greatly appreciate everybody. Y'all have a great night. And we'll see y'all Thursday or tomorrow. I'll see y'all later.